Hey, Decathlon gamer, welcome back to PCM22 career mode episode 66. It's Milano-San Remo up next for us. We are not heavy favorites at all, nobody in the top 10, but we've got some capable guys and we have prepared decently for this race. Mikkels has a +5, Peters and Vandenberg both have +2s. If we can get over the two climbs, I like our chances of competing in this one. Breakaway has nearly been reeled in, and inside 40k to go now. We're also going to need to set ourselves up for the climbs to come. Let's see, Lincoln Red at 76, but we want to kind of wait for the climb to really put our foot down. You can see there's some already wear and tear in everybody's legs. Even with the length, it's just the pace we've had here trying to bring those guys in. Alright, can these non-climbers keep up on the climb? 27k, here comes that big acceleration that you would expect here. The punchers trying to make it really hard on the sprinters, and we are definitely riding for the sprinters today. Foot down a little bit harder to keep up. A couple of these guys are kind of punchy anyway. And it's all together. No one's off the front. This is the front of the field. I've got 4 of my guys right here. Vandenberg now here as well. And we get a little bit of recovery in particular the 3 key guys for the day with just 1 hill to go. Means I think we can just about sprint train style up over that hill as you're seeing attempted attacks. So as we get a little bit closer, we're now at 13k. Alright, let's do it before it's too late. Mikkels needs to be the guy, but he might not be the guy. I mean, 80-82 actually, that's 82-81 and better punchiness for Peters is going to make Peters the guy. But that means you put somebody like Mikkels on the back as he's not as good of a climber. Same with Vandenberg. You're going to put these two behind Peters, and then if they're still there, they can swap position and lead him out. Now, Hoggins. Quality puncher. Vashek, not so much. Bach, the other guy that you would kind of get involved but don't need to. Ponemar looks strong. So I think Ponemar and Hoggins are your main kind of lead outs here. And then the other two, use them up now. So Vashek, we want to go hard, fast. We want to get up there. Some of the team members are going to kind of drop back in fields already. Riding hard. Now we find a little space. We're already a little bit late on getting to the front as we're beginning the climb. $9K. Watching the back end, making sure that they are safe. And we're good so far with Vashek. Bach is setting us up well for the sprint to come. Oh shoot, Peters is not the one who would have been next. But we've got just about got this thing under control here. Hoggins takes over and we are definitely set for the sprint. 6k to go. 5k to go. Alright, let's go ahead and get Peters now where we want him. And Hoggins, start putting that foot down.
Thank goodness everyone else escaped unhurt. And he moves on to the attack. It could be decisive.
Okay, 3k to go. Hoggins, Ponemar leading us out. And Vandenberg, 1.7. 1k. And here we go. Mikkels is in the best position. Can he hang on? over Jakobsen, and he does. Mikkels takes the win. Jakobsen second. Peters gets third as well, ahead of Pedersen. Vandenberg also gets fifth place. Nice one. Positioning. That was all about positioning over the top. You can see how we are well positioned. There's not that many guys that kept up with us. We had such an advantage as we went over the top of that last hill that we find ourselves well in control, and we get a 1-3-5 finish. Bach also gets 9th, Hagens 11th, Bottomar 13th, Vashek 14th. Yeah, that was a pretty strong team performance on that one. Did not expect a win here as we weren't in the top 10 favorites, but felt like we could be competitive. Mikkels, with that excellent race day condition, got the job done. Still in March. Here's the World Tour rankings. Mikkels on top, ahead of Hershey, with Hawkins and Arrieta all in the top 5. Rodriguez is 5th. Gonzalez, Ponemar, and Vermark all in the top 10. That's pretty crazy, but you can see like Ayuso didn't even have a position, and now he has 460. 2 months into the season, there hasn't been that many opportunities yet. But in the Super Prestige, Arrieta ahead of Tolet with Gonzalez, Mikkels, Huggins, Vandenberg, and McKellar all in the top 10, and Ponemar just outside. You know where that's going to put us as a team, right? In the victories department, Arrieta has 4 already. Mikkels now has 3. Wow. Massively ahead in the early stage of the season in the World Tour. And 12 points ahead in the Super Prestige, 50% higher than what Ineos has, and nearly triple everybody else. Happy to be there. They actually top the victories column as well. Ineos has 16, and it's not like they haven't gone out and won some races. We're in Dwarsdorf, Flandern. Move forward a bit to get to this, so we have bypass races. Lenny Martinez picked up a pretty big stage win at Vuelta Catalunya and a podium, and ended up in the top 10 overall. If he'd done better in the time trial, he would have done well. Gonzalez, is he the one who just had the puncture? He was spinning. I think that was Gonzalez with the puncture. I didn't see who the name was listed, but he just went backwards fast, lost a ton of ground positionally as we see big splits. And in fact, we're not even in the front groups. Our entire group went backwards there a little bit. 21 riders left in the front group. We are now group 2 and group 1 following. All the teammates are in that group 1 following. Now would have been the best time to get water, but we find ourselves out of position a little bit. Let's get Big Bach on it. Race day condition definitely could have gone better, but could have gone worse. I mean, the net's a -1, and we didn't overly prepare for this race. We had a couple guys with expected +1s, and that was it. So essentially a -3 over what the actual expected net would have been. Gonzalez still needs to make his way forward to protect McKellar. So the hopes for the day, Vandenberg with a +4 gives him a 78 cobble. Still nervous about him as a climber. 68 today is not a very good rating for him, but he's got a good flat rating. The stamina boost is certainly useful. And then Hagens neutral race day condition isn't going to help him out much. You can see he's struggling to keep up right now. Just with how things are. And Vandenberg, it's like, how did you just get dropped? I was just with you a moment ago. He was much higher up. He must have gotten caught behind somebody slow, because 81 flat is not bad. Oh, and then it just rolled down instead of up. Okay, Bach is here. Bach is nearly done. Ponemar's going to have to protect you. Mikkels is done. Gosh, 82k to go, and we're seeing the field blowing up already. A little early for that. Bach is now done as well, so let's go ahead and protect Vandenberg, and then you need to get back forward. Bach just got dropped. 66 left in the peloton. And they've had time to pull back together. So this is kind of what you see is what you get with some guys drifting back. Vandenberg nearly back in position. One more cobbled section coming up here in a little bit that we want to be all over. Make sure we don't get dropped on 3-star sector. It'll settle down into the final phase from here. And we're good.
We're into the last third of the race. We'll soon know
Peloton of 55 now as Mikkels and a handful of others go out the back.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group. There's a few riders jockeying for position.
71K, just about time to get water. Mikkels is now officially out the back. Huggins or McKellar. McKellar's got some bonuses today and can kind of sprint. Certainly better than Huggins can. So I think those are the two I need to focus on, not necessarily Huggins. Ponemark, go ahead and get water. 65K to go. Just 50 in the peloton. It's not going to take as long to do so this time. And we don't have to worry about that again the rest of the race. Still some intensity in the peloton though. Means guys are not going to recover much, if any. And there's the bulk of the break. That is the front group actually. 10 riders up there. Haven't seen them for the last little bit. There they are. And they split up a little bit. That breakaway has no chance. A lot of those guys are going to straight out the back. So there's 50 left in contention. I have 5 of those, so 45 others. And the race is about to get serious. Let's go ahead and push up into like a 92. Four stars and uphill. Group splits a little bit.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Gonzalez hanging on at the back end. And he is done. He's out of energy. So he gets dropped. McKellar's 11 just off the back. I think they will regain contact. Even though he's one of my guys, I'm okay if this group does not get back up there. I like our chances better with 18 at the front than with these 15 getting back on. So McKellar, go forward. Ponemark is going backwards. Huggins is also going backwards now. And Vandenberg is hanging on comfortably at the front, but there's a group that has escaped now. And that's just 8 riders giving chase. Keller now on his own, trying to bridge the gap to get up there. 30 seconds behind. 2-star sector coming. If we ride hard through here, he can bridge that gap. Now just 14 seconds behind, nearly in contact. Come on, he's in contact, but it's not giving him credit, which means he's wasting more energy hanging on to the group. There you go. Okay, now that you've expended more, go ahead and gel and then protect Vandenberg. 7 at the front, 7 behind. But as a sprinter, I think we're going to have to rely on some of these guys making some sort of progress, but none of them are working, which means the group is slowing down. So McKellar's going to have to do some work, which is certainly not good for our hopes. One last cobbled sector to go through. It's a pretty hefty hill. Vandenberg, now that we're working, Neuenhaus is working. Okay, here we go. It's only a 2-star. I think Vandenberg, we want to try to take off through this. Got a 79 attack. use the attack right now to really get away. The front 6 are pretty far ahead, though.
Things are hotting up at the front.
Gonna gel up. We're not attacking hard. We're using that red bar to try to bridge this gap, and Vandenberg has done really well to get within half a minute on those guys just on that one climb and really leave that group behind. He is now firmly in the top 10. Can we make Plumiers? It's 3K to go. 3K to go. Give me some effort here. If you can make it to these 4, you've got a chance at a podium position. Bishop is on his way towards victory, but can Vandenberg sprint his way up to them? He has no red bar. He cannot. Jake Stewart takes 2nd. Van Dyke gets 3rd. Vermeersch, Nice, Vandenberg 6th place. Pretty good result. Pretty good result for a discipline that is definitely not our strong suit. We'll take a comfortable top 10, especially from where we were to where we finished, as he was very much on that back foot, looking like 8th was about the best he could possibly get. If not, McKellar gets 14th. McKellar was tail end of that group, so they did hold off all the followers otherwise. Hawkins, 27th. Yeah, I'm happy with 6th. That was definitely progress. And he almost made it to that group of 4 ahead. Covered a lot of ground to get to them. Close. Not quite, but close. And that's progress. Considering race day condition as well, expectations were pretty low. That is going to do it for this episode, though. We have the Ronde van Vlaanderen and Paris-Roubaix for our next episode. I'm also entering a period where I'm going to be going in and beginning our dossier entries for next year. So I'm going to have a lot of work to do in between episodes here. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.